Don't you just love seeing those experiments where bullets travel through ballistics gel caught on high-definition video? In slow motion, of course. Well, have you ever wondered how that same bullet would travel through space? In space, there is no gravity, no sound, no oxygen. So, shooting a gun in space would certainly work, though not quite as it does on Earth. Let's see what will happen. Will it fire? Unlike the ballpoint pen that relies on Earth's pull-down power to function, gravity cannot hinder the mechanism of a gun. This is because both semi-automatic and automatic guns rely on springs, not gravity, to bring the next bullet into the chamber, before a small explosion within the gun fires the bullet. But that's the first part of the operation, getting the bullet into the chamber. What about the explosive force necessary to propel the bullet forward? This is where the lack of oxygen makes things tricky. But guns can still shoot because modern ammunition contains its own oxidizer, chemicals that ignite the gunpowder and fire the bullet. So, the bullet is a self-contained explosion just waiting to happen. This means that it can fire anywhere, even in the void of space. Will you hear it? No. Space is a vacuum and there is no space in a vacuum. With no molecules in the vacuum of space, there is no medium for the sound waves to travel through. What happens to the shooter? With every shot, there are forces that act upon the gun and the shooter. You experience recoil. Your arms and shoulders are forced back by the force of the bullet's projection. But with an experienced shooter, it's only about an inch to a foot, and you should have no problem staying on your feet. In zero gravity, even the smallest recoil would send you backwards. In most cases, it would be very manageable, however, bouncing you back at a speed of less than 1 meter per second. So, you wouldn't have to worry about seriously injuring yourself. Even if you fired a .44 Magnum, for example, and weighed only 100 pounds, the recoil velocity would be under 0.5 miles per hour, which is still less than walking speed. If you wanted to really propel yourself using a gun, you'd want to use a really big one. Although, you wouldn't want to shoot one without being tethered to your spacecraft. How fast would it go? Given the factors of Earth's atmosphere, some sharpshooters have to make adjustments to their aim. On our beautiful planet, a combination of air resistance and gravity slows the bullet gradually and pulls it down towards the earth. This is why when you shoot your weapon, you have to aim slightly higher than your target. This force is so small, however, that over short distances there would essentially be no difference in the shot's trajectory. The great news is that in space there is no atmospheric resistance. So that means the bullet will come out of the barrel at the same speed as on Earth. One main difference about a gunshot on Earth and one in space is that the gun smoke won't just wisp and waft away like smoke does on Earth. It would expand in all directions without dissipating quickly, as if there was no breeze to carry the smoke away. The bullet would also travel farther, much farther. This was actually the reason for me doing this video, to find out how far it will fly before stopping, and boy, this answer won't disappoint. According to the response from astrophysicists, if the bullet doesn't hit a mass like an asteroid, moon, or planet, get this, it would travel without stopping because the universe is expanding much faster than the bullet can travel. Okay, I hope you are sitting down for that one, because I think my brain just tesseracted on itself. Anyway, I'm gonna air my brain out, but thank you for joining us on this curiosity investigation into what happens if you shoot a gun in space. Remember to share, because friends don't let friends live unaware.